Hey guys, Rick Stone here from the blog Our Stoney Acres and the online gardening school. Welcome to 5 Minute Fridays, my video series where I try and give you a valuable gardening tip in 5 minutes or less. All right, before we get started this week, please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, or if you're watching this on Facebook, make sure you like my Stoney Acres Facebook page. Okay, it's August and it's a beautiful day. Why is it a beautiful day? Because it's raining. Look at that. We haven't had rain in like 8 weeks. And so I needed to get some videos filmed. We're out here doing it in the rain. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about growing beans on a trellis, okay? So this is this year's bean trellis, and we love using a trellis to grow green beans, okay? Before we actually start talking about the growing it on a trellis, I want to talk just a little bit about the two different types of beans that you can grow, green beans. You can have the pole beans like these, or you can also grow bush beans. And I actually have some bush beans back here. I'll do a cutaway video so that you can see them. Bush beans have one advantage over pole beans, and that's how quick they actually grow to harvest, okay? So you can plant bush beans and 8 weeks later, you're gonna start harvesting. So they're really, really good for mid-season plantings. For us, we'll plant some in July that are ready to harvest before the frost, which is super nice. It's a good way to fill in your garden and stuff like that. But the main disadvantage of a bush bean is they just don't grow very big. And so they just don't grow that many beans, okay? So for the square footage that they take up, you don't get nearly the production. So they're good to fill in with and a few things like that. But if you really want a lot of production and you really want to grow a lot of green beans, growing pole beans on a trellis is the way to go, okay? So just look at this trellis, and I'll step back so that you can see it all the way to the back. It's loaded. We're still filling in a little bit right here and a little bit towards the back, but up here in the front and in the center, it's already filled in. We're loaded with blossoms. If you look really close, there's blossoms all over, so we're gonna have beans really soon. We actually have started harvesting. Let me show you. We've actually already started harvesting some green beans, and this variety is called Blue Lake Pole. And it's not an heirloom variety, but it is an open pollinated variety, which is something that we value. And we just, love growing on a trellis, because the main reason why is because look at all of this. So this is a 12-foot long trellis. And so basically we're taking up about 12 feet in the garden, and we're gonna get all of this production, okay? And it's fantastic. And so a bush bean is going to take up the same amount of space, 12 square feet, and you're going to get a quarter of the production from bush beans versus a pole bean. So we love them. And then besides that, they look really cool, okay? When this guy gets filled in and is really, even right now it looks fantastic, but when it's all filled in and it's covered in beans, it's cool. It makes your garden look nice, which vegetable gardens don't always look the greatest, but you can really do some fun stuff with pole beans that make your garden look classy and make it look cool. Or you can just do something like I do, which is just a very cheap, inexpensive trellis. So this trellis is made out of, this is a 12-foot 2x4 cut in half, and then it has two 2x4s at the end and one in the center, and we cut them all in half, so they're actually 2x2s. So I think I've probably got about $6 to $8 worth of lumber in this, and then we just use some twine that usually lasts for a couple of seasons for the beans to actually grow up on. And so we're talking, this whole trellis is maybe $15, if that. It may not even be that much. And we've been using the same wood for 8 years now. It's starting to kind of wear out because it's just pine, and so pine doesn't last a long time. You could do cedar or redwood if you wanted, but just a fun, fantastic way, and it's so productive. And so that's why we love beans and growing beans on a trellis like this. And you can do lots of fun things. I'll do a cutaway here. This is an experiment that we were trying this year, and you can see it's just kind of getting underway. Beans aren't doing as well because they're in containers, but fun ideas, fun things. You can do arches, you can do whatever you want. And so grow pole beans. Just do it. We love them. It's so much more productive and a great way to do it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video this week. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask those down below. And then also make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel or like my Stoney Acres Facebook page. That's everything I have for this week. Everybody have a fantastic week. Happy gardening.